There's a ton of songs still out there that we haven't been able to, have in notation or recordings. And the thing is that a lot of people of that generation don't realize that these songs are precious and they will go when they go. It's a critical time, and I'm sure that we've lost many so far, it's critical that we keep these songs that are there here today. To me, the fun part of bringing traditional songs, giving them a modern twist, is that the possibilities are endless. So to see what Belliveau does, to see what Mary Beth Carty is doing, it's giving an opportunity to our traditional songs to get even further in the world.
To appreciate the evolution of Acadian traditional music, I needed a refresher in Acadian history, so I sat down with Trevor Murphy. You seem like the kind of guy that might know a thing or two about a thing or two. So is there anything you can kind of break down for me?
One of the first things to understand about Acadian music, certainly in a contemporary context and also in a historical context, is that in any kind of folk music, your geography will dictate kind of the influence, I think, that you have.
Trevor described how Acadian culture was impacted by the expulsions of the mid-18th century, when over 10,000 Acadians were ripped from their homeland to ensure British rule in North America.
Populations of people were physically removed from the province of Nova Scotia over the period of about 3 or 4 years in an attempt to expel them. And many historians also agree that it is one of the first acts of attempted genocide of a cultural people. When they do come back, however, they are purposefully placed in different communities around the province. Here we're talking specifically about Nova Scotia, to purposefully prevent them from gathering and from creating an uprising against the British government at the time. And so to have a community like Chetican have its own kind of style develop over time, Clare also a very good example of a region that has had a strong and deep musical history.
They're polar opposites.
And they're polar opposites. One of the most exciting things about what's happening now in Acadian music is that a younger generation of musicians, they are taking their version of their language, their experience of their culture, melding that with their personal influences and creating this whole new Acadian music. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Belliveau is a superstar. He is the Nova Scotian Acadian superstar right now.
My name is Belliveau, Jonah Guimont. I'm from Baie Sainte-Marie, Nouvelle-Écosse, Baie Sainte-Marie, Nova Scotia. And I've been known to do carpentry and construction, but right now I'm a musician until that runs out. Right now we're in Metegan Station, one of the many beautiful villages in Baie Sainte-Marie. Obviously it's a very small place. There's not much shopping or excitement in that type of way. What's very valuable here is like the sense of community. When you live in a village, people tend to, if you got a flat tire, they're going to help you out or whatever. Like, we all are united by like our strange accent. You hear that accent anywhere and you're like, wait a second, you're from Clare, right? You're from Baie Sainte-Marie.
Did you grow up playing Acadian music? Like, do you have people in your family that play it, or?
Like, down this way and in a lot of Acadian communities, people really just listen to country and bluegrass. And if modern Acadians want to make music in French, they'll often, like, it'll be in the country bluegrass style or whatever. We've almost like adopted that music as our own. And when it comes to trad itself, if I hear Irish, Scotch-Irish traditional music, like Nova Scotian traditional music, what we consider like English traditional music in Nova Scotia, if you put French lyrics on it, I think it's Acadian.
So you've been playing the banjo a long time?
Not super long. I never really learned the banjo. It's like the same thing with the piano. Like, I play a lot of instruments to play simple chords and to sing along. I've never really been like a player of instruments. Every household, every family has multiple musicians. Like, you wouldn't need to have specifically a musical household to be surrounded by music in this region. Like, it's, everyone's got like a dusty guitar in the closet at the very least. As far as preserving the Acadian language and all that through singing in Acadian, it's never really been a specific thought for me. Like, I wish I could say that that was why I sang in Acadian, but really it's just as simple as I am Acadian. It's my most comfortable language. And if it has the secondary effect of doing anything positive for the Acadian language, then that's great. But like, I can't, it's not fair to claim that that's what I'm doing. I'm just making stupid little songs. And because country bluegrass is a huge part of my influences in my life, it's just as natural to have it be part of the stuff I'm making. So growing up, I would hear like a little electronic music beat, maybe with some MIDI keyboards and some guitar, and it's a country song, and he's singing about his truck or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's just country music, but it has that whole backing track of like a Casio keyboard. That's not something I invented or anything. Like, it's a normal thing I've heard my whole life. And I kind of just, in a way, kept going with that flame, with that flamme. Like, I kept running with that. Yes, sir, this one is Partons, la mer est belle, which means like, let's go, the sea is beautiful. And classic old French style song. It's, the chorus is about all beautiful, like, let's go, the ocean's beautiful. But really the song's about going out fishing at night and then dying. The guy goes out to fish at night, he dies. Then they go on into detail about how the mom is sad. But the chorus is like super joyful. I think everyone thinks this song is like a big joyful thing, just celebrating the beautiful ocean, which it is in the chorus, and then the verses are about dying at sea, because you shouldn't have gone out at night fishing. So, Partons, la mer est belle.
Amis, partons sans bruit, la pêche sera bonne, la lune qui rayonne éclairera la nuit. Il faut qu'avant l'aurore, nous soyons de retour pour sommeiller encore avant qu'il soit grand jour. Partons, la mar est belle, embarquons-nous pêcher, guidons nos nacelles, ramènons avec ardeur. Au maïssin les voiles, le ciel est pur et beau. Oh, brille l'étoile qui guide les matelots. Ainsi chanta mon père lorsqu'il quitta le pôle. Il ne s'attendait guère à y trouver l'amour.
On my road trip across Nova Scotia, I've met many talented artists who look to the musical traditions of the past for inspiration. Modernizing traditional songs is very much a part of true living roots music tradition. It's exciting to see up-and-coming artists finding new ways to make traditional music contemporary.
Embarquons-nous pêcher, guidons nos nacelles, ramènons avec ardeur. Au maïssin on les voiles, le ciel est pur et beau. Oh, brille l'étoile qui guide les matelots. Je n'ai plus que ma mère qui ne possède rien. Elle est dans la misère, je suis son seul soupçon. Ramènons ben vite, l'aperçoit là-bas, là-haut qui m'invite en me tendant les bras. Partons, la mar est belle, embarquons guidée en un nacelle, ta main avec ardeur, au maïs on les voiles, le ciel est pur et beau, oublier l'étoile qui guide les matelots.